Let's get into it. Alabama, Georgia, Bud Elliott, where is this going to be decided?
I think it's like who can pass protect and who can find a pass rush. Honestly, I mean, Georgia's pass rush has not been very good. Bama's pass rush has not been very good. Now, part of that is Florida State basically didn't pass, and certainly not with any kind of traditional drop back stuff. But Georgia doesn't have a single sack from a defensive lineman this year. It's kind of a wild stat. Neither side, offensive line pass protection wise, has been what they had hoped to be. Bama looks like $1 million, but Proctor doesn't play like $1 million. You know, that's 2 years running now. So I think he's sort of on the kind of like, all right, well, I'll believe that when I see it type list there. You know, can he avoid getting penalties? Can he actually play well and play anywhere close to his physical ability and build suggests that he can? You know, Georgia's right side was a mess against Tennessee. Now, part of that's probably they were on the road, but at times they got whipped and at times they just miscommunicated stuff pretty badly and allowed free runners at the play multiple times in the low red zone against Tennessee. So to me, it's who gets those issues cleaned up. We know on the outside, I mean, Bama's receivers are studs. I think Georgia's receivers are studs. Both teams can cover pretty well, in my opinion. So it's going to come down to who can pass protect and who can find a pass rush. What's the opposite of the immovable force versus the irresistible? It's like the resistible versus the movable so far is sort of what they've been relative to their expectations. I'm certainly not saying they suck. Like most teams would trade for these rosters, but they just haven't played up to, I think, the level that they had hoped to play. And whoever rises to the occasion probably takes this game.
Yeah, like Alabama is ranked second nationally in pressure rate on defense, but a lot of that is from like the Wisconsin and the who did they play in the weekend?
ULM.
Yeah.
I'm curious about like the time to pressure too, because I feel like their guys can really cover. That Bama secondary is nasty.
Yeah, so it's a misleading stat. I agree with you on that. The other one is going to be for me if Alabama can run the football in this game, because that's one thing I feel like they have struggled with. They struggled with it against Florida State. I'm sure they were great against ULM, but they weren't great with it against Wisconsin either. They are currently 95th in success rate in rushing, and they're 122nd in explosive. So they're just not doing great down to down, and they're not hitting big runs. And I think that's putting a lot on Ty Simpson, which you can get away with against ULM and Wisconsin. I don't know if you can get away with it against Georgia. And I will say, you mentioned but the Georgia defensive line has not had a sack yet. I think to me, the bigger problem one of the reasons for that is like the interior pressure that you're used to seeing Georgia get from those inside tackle spots in previous years just hasn't been there this year. And I think it's affecting the entire operation. So that's going to be a very interesting spot to watch in this game, is if they can kind of start winning some battles on the inside and just kind of collapse the pocket and put Ty Simpson in situations where he might panic and make some bad throws.
That was going to be my kind of key to watch out for this game, as I was talking about quarterbacks earlier. I mean, I bet if you went back and look historically over who rushed the ball for more yardage, just as simple as it gets, that team would probably end up winning. And you felt better about Georgia, what they did against Tennessee, when they kind of stuck with the run in the second half. They started to get Frazier and Bowens more involved, and then Gunnar Stockton was obviously pretty effective with his legs. We haven't seen Bama yet run the football very effectively. Now, Jam Miller's back, right? So you wonder if having him return to the lineup helps Bama, but it's not like they don't have talent out there that can do it. I think their offensive line, because I'm with you, Tom. I do not feel great about this game. As good as I feel about Ty Simpson, if he has to sit back there and pick them apart all day, you just cannot be one-dimensional in this atmosphere.
Are we going to do the thing with Kalen DeBoer if the Crimson Tide lose this game?
Of course.
Okay.
He's just not built for this. Needs to go back to the Pac-12.
It depends on how they look, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if they look prepared and they just lose a good ball game, and we're not like doing the thing with Heupel.
They will.
That is not how this works. That is not how this works.
If they look wildly unprepared, like they did against FSU, then yeah, and I think you should. I mean, if you're a Bama fan, you're paying the guy $10 million or whatever, and you're donating to the program, and they come out and look unprepared again. What the hell are we doing here, man? Anybody can beat Wisconsin and ULM and Bama. That's not what we pay you for.
What if they look unprepared and terrible, but Kalen DeBoer is wearing a shirt and tie?
I mean, they're buttoned up to me. It's a step in the right direction.
Speaking of vibes and clothes, if Georgia comes out in black uniforms, this thing's a wrap, right?
They're going to a funeral.
No.
Remember?
Yeah.
Are they wearing black?
I don't know. Are they?
I thought that was the rumor. Somebody in the chat will know.
I would
Yeah,
not.
it says yes.
Oh,
I
oh
wouldn't.
dear.
I would. Yeah. I don't know.
I would not.
We saw Nebraska
other
had
than
all
that, they
black
know, so.
displayed when we were in Lincoln, and I was like, they should have brought them out, but it's not a night game. It has to be a night game, which this is. So.
Oh, listen, I'm telling you, the red will look just as awesome under the lights as the black, and the blacks do not have those horrible memories of just getting all of your hopes and dreams crushed by this exact team, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I will say DeBoer against the Saban tree of defenses, he is 8, man. Like he whipped Dan Lanning on the chalkboard twice. Okay. They scored as much as they wanted to last year on Kirby. Like I think the stuff he runs does a good job of exploiting some of the coverage rules that the Saban tree of defenses have.
Formationally, he threw some things out there that Georgia looked complete. There were some easy touchdowns, like easy schemed up touchdowns.
Yeah.
We saw Tennessee do it.
But yeah, Kirby at the either the quarter or the halftime interview saying that they gave us some looks we weren't prepared for. I mean, that is two-time national championship winner Kirby Smart coming out there and being like, yeah, they just beat us Monday through Friday, you know? But Georgia comes roaring back. Alabama ends up winning. Lots to be able to digest once we actually see how the pass the chalk ends up playing out on Saturday night again in Athens.